The abortion issue is very important. I get that we're not trying to follow the lead of the rabid, corrupt mainstream media. I'm talking Republican voters. After Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022, I was buried with phone calls from angry Republican women who said they were never going to vote for a Republican again. This is a real issue, and if we stick our head in the sand, again, we're going to lose. You want to win or not? Again, I know the people who disagree with me on this, your heart is in the right place. I mean, for example, here's a text from Philadelphia. Mike, you need to put your faith in God and choose right. God chooses presidents. Oh, okay, well then don't vote. Just let God do it. I mean, okay, then just say it's all, we're going to put all our faith in God and here's another one from Pennsylvania. Do what is right in God's eyes no matter what or which happens. You know what that reminds me of? That's the old joke, the old analogy about the guy on the roof with the floods coming. And the neighbors were all evacuating. He was on the roof and he said, I'm going to ride it out. And the neighbor said, you got to get out. You're going to drown. He said, no, I've got all my faith in God. God won't let me drown. And the other friends came by, so you got to get out of here. He goes, no, I got all my faith in God. God won't let me drown. The floods overtook the house. The man was swept away and he died. And when he got to heaven, he said to God, I put my faith in you. What happened here? Why did I die? And God said, well, I sent you 2 rowboats. I sent you 2 people on boats. That's what this reminds me of. Well, we better just close our eyes and just forget the abortion debate, and let's just let the Democrats win in November, and we'll just put our faith in God. We have the tools. And guess what? The tools right now involve the Republican legislatures holding off on advancing abortion legislation until after the general election. Here's a text from Delaware. Mike, I'm so proud of you. You finally got it. Abortion is the issue. It's the third rail. It's the prima facie. Prima facie. You're the first person of note in the Republican Party to actually come forward and take a stand and say this is about winning. Well done. I hope and pray it works. Listen, I don't think it's a hard stand to take. How many times you want to get hit over the head with a 2x4 before you realize the 2x4 hurts? We have lost every single election where abortion has been in the middle of it. Every single one. You want to lose it? You want to lose the general on November 5th? Well, you will. We will if we're not careful. A 6-week ban. All I heard yesterday on the mainstream media, which, let's like it or not, millions of people are influenced by the mainstream media. All I heard was a 6-week ban. Most women don't know they're pregnant at 6 weeks. How radical, how draconian. Biden not missing a beat. This is outrageous. 6-week ban in Florida. And now they're licking they're chomping at the bit. They're licking their lips. Here was Van Jones over on CNN.
I think that Florida's tough for Democrats, but I think that this issue has to stay front and center, not for political reasons, but for human reasons. As these stories just pile up of, heartbreaking stories of women whose lives are being risked, whose health is being risked, who have to, travel far away just to have basic health care. That really shouldn't be happening in this country. There should be a baseline of rights and respect for women's autonomy that's been torn away because Donald Trump packed the courts with people who don't care about women's rights or bodies. And so that is going to have to become a centerpiece. Does it open Florida up for us to somehow win in that state? I don't know if it does or doesn't, but it's going to be an important issue on the ballot in Florida, and I think we've got to keep talking about it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to keep talking about it, all right, because they think it's a winning issue for them politically. And the truth is, it is. Here's a text from California. Faith without works is dead. If we just sit around and say, well, we got to put our faith in God and we just got to continue to insist on abortion restrictions, we're going to lose the country. We're going to lose the country. I mean, we have the tools in place to win. Regrettably, and again, I'm going to say this for the third time, I am heartsick over knowing about the unborn babies that will die in the interim. I get it. I understand it. The sanctity of life is everything to me. If we don't win on November the 5th, we have no chance for a pro-life country. Tell me where I'm wrong. 800-655-Mike. Enough of me. I've been chatty Cathy today. Let me turn it over to your phone calls. Come on, flood my phone lines and give me your honest, heartfelt reaction to what we're talking about today. 800-655-Mike, 800-655-6453. Join us. Marilyn is back from Montana. Hi, Marilyn. How are you?
Well, not very good, because I don't hear you or a lot of Republicans putting God first and what he thinks is most important, his creation, these children that he's made in his image with a plan and a purpose for life. He doesn't give a crap about our Republican politics. We are I think our country's under a curse and judgment right now because we have not put this issue first for the longest.
Sure. And let me first tell you that it's very difficult for me to criticize you. It's very difficult for me to disagree with you. So know that my response to you is said with love and with respect. Okay, I want you to know that, Marilyn. You are being so short-sighted that you are going to witness the destruction of the unborn forever. Do you not appreciate that if we can't figure out how not to let the Democrats beat us on November the 5th, the future of the unborn is doomed, maybe forever? Do you not get how important this election is, Marilyn?
Our country is doomed if we don't go to God and put his image, his creation.
Totally. Who's disagreeing with you? You don't think I'm agreeing with you? You don't hear me talk. You don't hear me talk. Excuse me, you interrupted me. Please don't interrupt me. I'm going to give you all the time in the world.
You're the king of interruptions.
I'm going to give you the time. I'm going to give you all the time in the world, Marilyn. I promise you. Please don't interrupt me, because this is very important. I know you're angry, but you're not thinking clearly, and I want to see if I can get you to think clearly. Every day I talk about the power of God and faith and prayer and how God can work miracles. Every day I share my views as a committed Christian with you every day. And by the way, I know you know that because you've called the show a bunch. You are a loyal listener, and I'm very grateful to you. So please, and I say this with love, don't lecture me about not advancing the love of God and Jesus Christ on this show every day, because you know better. You know better. So I'm going to again ask you, do you not recognize how damaging this issue is right now between now and November? And if we don't win, we're in big trouble, Marilyn.
We're in big trouble because we haven't put God first and his creation.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. Do you hear me? I'm agreeing with you. We need to. I spent all week last week defending Donald Trump in talking about the need to turn to God and the Bible and prayer. I'm not disagreeing with you. Now I'm asking you a third time. Do you not recognize how important the election is?
Of course I do.
Well, you want to win?
We gotta put God first.
You want to win?
Put God and life first.
Agreed. Do you want to win November 5th?
Do you want God to win?
Of course I do.
Win.
Of course I want. Of course I want God to win. Do you want to win the election November 5th?
Where's your faith, Mike?
What, my faith in what? In God? You think I don't have faith in God?
Yeah, put him first.
I am. You've said that 10 times. We do put God first. God's giving us tools to win on November the 5th. You're saying, well, just turn it over to God and let's not do anything about it.
Go to him, Mike, sincerely, and ask him. Let's see, Republican politics or life, his creation,
Hey, Marilyn.
his image.
Hey, Marilyn, I say this not to be disrespectful. You're dismissing this as being about
You're not disrespecting me.
You just interrupted. You just interrupted me again. I didn't interrupt you. You just interrupted me, and I'm not interrupting you, Marilyn. I'm going to say it again. You've dismissed this as Republican politics. I'm saying this is the most consequential election that you and I have ever witnessed in our entire lives. Do you agree with that, how important the election is?
You just made it about, you're making it about Republican politics and winning.
No, ma'am.
I'm making it about life and God and his image.
You know, ma'am, again, you've said Republican politics 3 times now. I'm not making it about Republican. It's not about Republican. It's not about Republican politics. It's about winning the election. Marilyn, it's about winning in November. It's about winning. Do you want to win?
About life.
Okay,
Oh,
Marilyn,
God.
I tried. I gave you all the time in the world. I appreciate your disagreement, and again, I certainly respect how you feel and how staunch you are. You're going to lose. You're going to win the battle, and you're going to lose the war, Marilyn, if you're not careful. We're going to lose the war.
Our country's doomed if we don't put God and life first.
I couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. You and I just disagree about how to get there.